We're over a week into Black Ops 6 now, but there's still some stuff that I find myself daily saying, oh, that's good to know too. And so today I wanted to run down a handful of things that I wish I knew sooner, from camo specifics, hidden rewards, additional creator class bonuses, and even more helpful little tidbits. So we're taking a look at a bit of Black Ops 6 trivia that can maybe help you out in some small or big ways. Let me know your thoughts as we go along. Do you have any helpful tips or trivia that can help somebody else out? Feel free to share if so, and of course drop a like if you enjoy the video, and make sure to subscribe to stay up to date with all things Black Ops 6, as we've still got so much to run down with the game. And of course, season 1 is right around the corner, so I'd love to have you in the community as we chase down 600,000 subscribers. But for now, let's get into it. So one of the big things that I've been knee deep in and has just been in the forefront of my mind is camos. So I feel like I'm most familiar with that. Let's start there. Camos, there's a few things that I think are definitely nice to know and I wish I knew sooner. Firstly, one of the big ones from day one was special camos. While they were something that were touted as being able to be cross-applied to different weapons, i.e. if you ended up getting the banana camo for the Tonto, you could put that on any other weapon so long as you completed that camo. Well, while we just had the same sort of feature coming out of Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3, where you could cross-apply those camos with no prerequisite, in Black Ops 6 there is a bit of a prerequisite here. Say if you wanted to take that banana camo and put it on a sniper, you'd end up having to have completed the military camos for that sniper that you want to apply it on. Otherwise, it still remains locked and cannot be cross-applied. So basically, you have to unlock the specialty tier of your weapons and those camos associated with it to apply other specialty camos to. So getting to a certain checkpoint of a weapon before you can end up sharing those camos across other weapons. Additionally, challenge specific things that do help out to know ahead of time. If you are going for the specialties on the AK-74, and I believe it's only the Goblin as well that end up having this challenge, where you have to get 20 kills with the underbarrel grenade launcher attached. If you read this as in years prior, it seems like it only requires you to have that attachment actually on the weapon build. But instead, it actually requires you to end up getting 20 kills with the grenade launcher projectile as it is equipped. So just bear that in mind. One nice little tidbit about that though is that it doesn't seem like there's any sort of crazy splash damage this year. Like, you can shoot it at your feet if an enemy is right next to you and you'll still live even in hardcore. So that's something that makes it at least a little bit easier. Cross maps doesn't really help you out too much with, but you can end up point blanking people essentially with this and getting it done real easy. Double kills for things like your gold or triple kills with dark spine and stuff, those things actually do end up compounding as well. Whereas other things like get 3 kills without dying 10 times, you can end up going on a 6 streak and it'll count for 2. Same thing goes for those double kills and triple kills, that if you double those in a sort of quick succession, it counts for multiple. So if you end up getting a Fury kill or 4 kills, it'll count for 2 double kills on top of that challenge. So nice to know that you don't have to wait for that to reset. Admittedly, even just up until a couple of days ago, I was doing that for gold challenges on my weapons. So wish I would have knew that sooner, because playing hardcore stakeout and stuff could have absolutely gone in and gotten those done a little quicker, rather than taking a couple of seconds to let it reset and then have to try it all over again, to which in that case I'd usually die by waiting for it to try and reset. One big thing to know if you do camo challenges, of course, those masteries grant nice XP yields once you complete them. And the really cool part here this year is that while I think it's a little bit of a bummer and kind of detracts a bit from the overall unlocking experience of Dark Matter, where you complete all the Dark Spine challenges and then it ends up, previously it would grant you Dark Matter right then and there for all weapons. This year you end up having Dark Matter challenges where you have to complete 33 Dark Matter challenges to unlock it on all weapons. But the nice part is that every single time that will grant you 7,500 XP for a completion of that camo challenge. So 7,500 XP times 33 weapons, that's just under 250,000 XP for simply completing very basic challenges and getting that camo you were working towards anyway. So add that in then with a double XP weekend as of recording this, and as of other times coming throughout the year, well, that is a perfect time to just absolutely get the freest XP, where you can breeze through an entire prestige pretty quickly if you do this. And not to mention, you can also do it again in Zombies for Nebula, and then Warzone for Abyss whenever that is introduced with Season 1. So you have just about 750,000 XP sitting there And that's just at the sort of end goal of that. Of course, all the XP you gain doing the challenges leading up to that compounds and compounds. So you will end up getting a ton of XP just from camos alone. So if you decide to go for these, try and complete them during a double XP weekend or have a token active to maximize that output. Then the final thing in relation to camos is know that grinding camos, if you decide to embark on this journey, absolutely destroys your stats, which of course does suck and makes it unbearable for hours on hours on hours at a time, but does temporarily alleviate the skill-based matchmaking side of matchmaking in some small cases. And this was absolutely born out of some sheer amazement of some of the comments I've seen recently of, wow, another YouTuber who 2-boxes. Like, dude, I genuinely and wholeheartedly do not care about gameplay. For those who've been on the channel for a long time, you know that I have never once cared about gameplay. Never once branded myself as a gameplay channel. So if you're new here, recognize that when I do camo challenges, that kind of stuff does tank matchmaking quite a bit. Like, I beg you to try and get the baseball bat gold, diamond, dark spine, and dark matter, and then tell me after getting slammed for hours and hours straight that a singular game out of like an 8-hour play session is a 2-box or a reverse boosted lobby. I suffered way too much to get those kind of comments in return. But all jokes aside, if you do camos, please do expect to get absolutely rocked at times. It's not fun for some of these challenges. Anyways, moving on to the next category, rewards. There are some cool things here within Black Ops 6 that you may not have known about, or it'd be nice to know about a little sooner rather than later. Firstly, some challenges have actually been bugged, allowing for some incredibly tough challenges to be rewarded. So yes, there are a little bit of an asterisk on some of these that if you show them off later in the year, you might not have actually earned them per se, but you have the challenge completed. The one that comes to my mind is the Very Nuclear Dark Ops challenge. If you're a Dark Ops type of grinder, you of course can get a Dark Ops calling card for getting a nuke in the first place, which is a 30 kill streak, but there's also the very insanely tough challenge of years prior that has returned of the Very Nuclear Dark Ops challenge, which is to get a nuke with 25 different weapons within Black Ops 6. But right now, it's bugged where all you have to do is get 30 kills in a match with 25 different weapons. So kind of like how we saw those score streaks not resetting on 3 in a match or something like that was recently fixed. If you like those kind of challenges, now's as best the time to take advantage of that than any. And if you're doing the camo grind, you might have actually already gotten this without realizing it. Next, let's talk about prestige rewards. Of course, you end up getting rewards every single prestige. Outside of prestige 1, where you end up getting instant access to the Weaver skin, you end up getting rewards at levels 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50 each prestige. But one thing that oddly the reward track doesn't tell you is what weapon the blueprints are for. So on day 1, it would have been very helpful at a first glance to know what you can save a prestige token for, if there's any new weapons besides those that were included with the Vault Edition or the campaign rewards. And even still today, that could be the case. The Teddy is a Liar blueprint is the C9 that comes with the compensator, gain twist barrel, fast mag 2, commando grip, and the balance stock. The Warrior's Blood blueprint is for the Model L, which comes with the compensator, reinforced barrel, extended mag 1, commando grip, and combat stock. The Atomic Commando is for the XM4, which comes with a compensator, reinforced barrel, fast mag 1, infiltrator stock, and recoil springs. The Robotic Abomination is for the DM10, which includes the Jason Armory 2x, compensator, reinforced barrel, weighted handguard, and then the VMP Elite is for the Jackal PDW, which comes with the Merlin Mini Optic, long barrel, vertical foregrip, extended mag 1, and commando grip. So assuming you end up having those either campaign rewards or the Vault Edition rewards, you end up also having the ability to get a free permanent unlock of the base weapon for the Model L, as well as the DM10 by just simply prestiging through things if you end up getting to these before Season 1 and the potential of anything added in the Battle Pass or the shop. So that's definitely nice to know, and it would be nice if this was actually conveyed in the UI for the prestige rewards, but until then, that's something you might have wished you knew a little sooner. Also, the final thing when it comes to prestige rewards is that it seems like double XP tokens are granted somewhere in that prestige rewards track. I'm not sure if it's with the Gobblegum packs or an instant reward or what, but I've noticed that I've been getting 1-hour double XP tokens with each prestige. Right now, I end up having, as of recording this B-roll footage, 6 of them. One came from a pre-launch COD redemption tweet where you could end up just tweeting your Call of Duty ID and it would credit your account with an XP token. And you could do it 3 times where it would credit your account with 1 double XP token, 1 weapon XP token, and then 1 battle pass XP token. One of them came from the Call of Duty endowment pack, and then 4 from the current 4 prestiges that I'm on. So if you want to get more rank XP tokens, doesn't seem like it's weapon XP. If you want to get more rank XP tokens, it does seem like just prestiging helps you out there. And finally, in regards to rewards, Prestige Master, there are progressional unlocks and rewards as you go along towards level 1000, beyond just those level 100 incremental increases that gives you more prestige icons to work with. But even if you hit Prestige Master as of recording this video, you can't see it just yet. The progression track preview is bugged and only takes you to the level 1 to 55 unlock track, which at that point is irrelevant since you have everything perma unlocked because you don't have to redo that. So just know if you're going towards Master Prestige that you won't be able to see those just yet. Fingers crossed there is a progression track added or fixed in an upcoming update soon. Next, let's jump over to some map details here. Firstly, Nuketown, the reintroduction here is a brand new feature within Black Ops 6, where as of recording this and the launch of Nuketown, there is no Easter egg for shooting the mannequins' heads and or arms off for the first time in COD history, it seems like, which is definitely odd. There's an out-of-map spot on Stakeout that allows you to take the stairwell up in that hallway and then jump out into the middle, which is not super practical, but still pretty cool, and you can catch some enemies off guard. There's a second story to the garage on Payback, which, truth be told, I did not know until a couple of days ago because I don't really play that map, and also I'm not really staying back by the flag spawn that is near enough to end up knowing for sure. There's the diving board on Vault that allows you to do some quick little jump spots, which is cool. And then Subsonic, those hangar doors that you end up having access to, you can actually shoot those if you are off in the distance. You don't have to go up to it and interact with it to open those doors, which is definitely nice. Might be able to act as a little bit of cover if you need it. As for mode details, Kill Order is the one that comes to my mind when it's things that I'm like, wow, wish I would have knew that sooner. But of course, Kill Order increases your health, gives you plates as the HVT, and in Hardcore, you get all of that, plus you actually get the mini-map too in Hardcore, so you can see where your enemies are coming from, just like you would be able to within regular core, but obviously that's not supposed to be the case in Hardcore. The only caveat is that if you are the HVT first in the match for your team, you will not. That's a bug currently, that whether the HVT isn't supposed to have the mini-map or is supposed to, one or the other doesn't communicate with the rest of the match, in Hardcore in particular. Also in Hardcore, you can re-up on your armor as well. You end up having 3 plates, but just know you can't cancel that animation, so it will put on however many you end up needing. But being the HVT with 200 HP in Hardcore is already crazy OP at times, and then to be able to re-up on armor is even crazier. So just know that going in if you end up trying to do the camo grind, that being the HVT is very beneficial at times. Weapon classes, there are additional ADS benefits you can get on snipers, where sniper headshots aren't necessarily my forte. I rarely snipe anymore, and the lack of speed on them this year was definitely noticeable. While small, it is nice that snipers at least have an additional attachment that you can end up equipping that will then give you a bit more ADS speed compared to other weapon classifications in Black Ops 6. Other weapon classes only really allow you to have ADS speed increases with the grip department, but snipers, you can end up having iron sights or any of the red dots that grant you a little bit more ADS speed as well. Reticle customization is something that showcases shared progression, so if you get that green dot on the micro flex with your rifles, you can end up using that on things like your SMGs or snipers right away. So it's going to be nice to do when it comes to that purple dot for zombies, or if there's a blue dot for Warzone. Those challenges for those weapons, those will likely already be leveled up, so you can end up just simply equipping that on, and your first 100 kills for that same example can be applied then to every other build that has that same optic. And finally, if you also save a weapon with Gunfighter, you actually won't be able to access that global weapon build until you re-unlock Gunfighter after prestiging. I imagine it would just remove 3 attachments, but it actually kind of holds that entire build hostage. Then beyond that, just some few helpful tidbits. There is no aftermatch Gamescom, bummer there. You can actually cancel a frag grenade in Black Ops 6. Diving backwards to the side, front, or just YYing it. It seems wrong because the pin is pulled, but yeah, you can end up actually canceling a frag grenade this year, whereas in prior years you could just do things like equipment or like your Semtex you could cancel, but the frag grenade this year is included in that list. Next, if you load into the game and you see your friends list all at level 1s, if it doesn't correct itself, it's just a visual bug. But if you load in and see your progress isn't changing, you're gonna need to restart your application or your game. Progress is still tracked, but it just won't show. It'll lock up at that point. And then finally, you can end up seeing a flash with the scoreboard screen up if that's something that is a situational benefit to you, which is kind of odd, but anyways. Then final things like little helpful reminders that I knew, but of course, if you don't think about it, you might not necessarily subconsciously go along with. Blueprints unlock the base weapons within Black Ops 6. Purchased or earned, so Battle Pass and shop items coming in Season 1 will end up doing the same effect here. So permanent unlock tokens after a prestige might be better suited towards a perk wildcard, or equipment. And then finally, Tracker received a buff this year for Black Ops 6 where this now seems more than just footsteps. It also auto-pings enemies for you and your team if you just simply ADS on them. So pretty powerful and a decent one to have. That's going to be very beneficial within Warzone, I think, but we'll see how that all works out. For now, though, that is a lot of things that I wish I knew sooner. Let me know your thoughts down below. Is there anything that you would add to this list? Anything that you guys found beneficial here from this? Let me know your thoughts. But if you guys enjoyed the video, you found it at all insightful, do me a favor and drop a like on it. And of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a single thing running all things Black Ops 6. And with Season 1 upcoming, I'd love to have you in the community as we push towards even more new content. So for now, that's where we're going to wrap it up. Thanks so much for watching. Mine has been Espresso. I'll see you later. Take care and peace.